The administration. According inscriptions, the Gupta kings assumed titles like Param Bhattarak, Maharajaadhiraj, Parameshwar, Samrat, and Chakravartin. The king was assisted in his administration by a council consisting of a chief minister, a senapati or commander in chief of the army, and other important officials. A high official called Sandhi Vigraha was mentioned in the Gupta inscriptions, most probably Minister of for Foreign Affairs. The king maintained a close contact with the provincial administration through a class of officials called Kumar Matyas and Ayuktas. Provinces in the Gupta Empire were known as Bhuktis and provincial governors as Uparikas. They were mostly chosen from among the princes. Bhuktis were subdivided into vishyas or districts. They were governed by Vishyapatis. Nagar Sreshtis were the officers looking after the city administration. The villages in the district were under the control of Gramikas. Fahin's account on the Gupta administration provides useful information. He characterizes the Gupta administration as mild and benevolent. There were no restrictions on people's movements and they enjoyed a large degree of personal freedom. There was no state interference in the individual's life. Punishments were not severe. Imposing a fine was a common punishment. There was no spy system. The administration was so efficient that the roads were kept safe for travelers and there was no fear for thieves. He mentioned that people were generally prosperous and the crimes were negligible. Fahin had also appreciated the efficiency of the Gupta administration as he was able to travel without any fear throughout the Gangetic Valley. On the whole, administration was more liberal than that of Maurya's. Life. The pre Gupta period in India witnessed a series of foreign invasions. Indian society had given way to those foreigners who had become permanent residents here. तो पहले हमने गुप्ता से पहले देखा कि फॉरेनर्स आते थे फिर उन्होंने रेजिडेंट यहीं पे यहीं के रेजिडेंट हो गए बट गुप्ता पीरियड में हम देखते हैं कि ब्राह्मण टॉप लेडर पे थे they were given enormous gifts by the rulers as well as other wealthy people और कास्ट सिस्टम जो था वो हमें देखने को मिलता है इट बिकेम रिजिड द प्रैक्टिस ऑफ अनटचेबिलिटी हैड स्लोली begun during this period. Fahin mentions that Chandalas were segregated from the society. Their miserable condition was elaborated by the Chinese traveler. Chandalas. The position of women had also become miserable during the Gupta period. They were prohibited from studying the religious texts like the Puranas. The subjection of the women to men was thoroughly regularized, but it was insisted that they should be protected and generously treated by men. The practice of Swayamvar was given up, and the Manusmriti suggested the early marriage for girls. तो आप देख लो कि गुप्ता पीरियड में ही मनुस्मृति हमें देखने को मिल रही है और विमेन की कंडीशन कितनी ख़राब थी उस टाइम पे और उस टाइम पे जो मॉडिफाई की गई रामायण महाभारत या जो भी पुराणास थे उनको हम कैसे बिलीव कर सकते हैं यार जब उस टाइम पे ये लोग हमें कितना कास्ट सिस्टम देखने को मिला है उस टाइम के मॉडिफाइड टेक्स्ट को हम आज ट्रस्ट नहीं कर सकते ना इन स्फीयर ऑफ रिलीजन ब्राह्मणिज्म reigned supreme during the Gupta period. It had two branches, Vaishnavism and Shaivism. Most of the Gupta kings were Vaishnavites. They performed Ashwamedh sacrifices, the worship of images and celebration of religious festivals with elaborate rituals made these two religions popular. Religious literature like the Puranas was composed during this period. The progress of Brahmanism led to the neglect of Buddhism and Jainism. Fahin refers to the decline of Buddhism in the Gangetic Valley. But a few Buddhist scholars like Vasubandhu were patronized by Gupta kings. In western and southern India, Jainism flourished. The great Jain council was held at Vallabhi during this period, and Jain canon of the श्वेताम्बरास वर रिटन. जैन कैनोन्स हैं जो श्वेताम्बरास के, वो लिखे गए. और जैन जो है वो हमें साउथ में और वेस्ट में देखने को मिल रहा है. वेस्ट literature. The Sanskrit language became prominent during the Gupta period. Nagari script had evolved from the Bahami script. Numerous works in classical Sanskrit came to be written in the form of epic, lyrics, drama, and prose. The best of the Sanskrit literature belonged to the Gupta age. Himself a great poet, Samudragupta patronized a number of scholars during Harisen. Including Harisen. The court of Chandragupta II was adorned by the celebrated Navaratnas. Kalidas remained the foremost among them. His masterpiece was the Sanskrit drama Shakuntala. It is considered one among the 100 best books of the world. He wrote two other plays, the Malvikanimitra and Vikramorvasya. His two well-known epics are Raghuvansh and Kumar Sambhav. Ritu Samhar and Meghdoot are his two lyrics. Vishak Dutt was another celebrated author of this period. He was the author of two Sanskrit dramas, Mudra Rakshas and Devi Chandraguptam. Sudrak was a renowned poet of this age, and his book Mrichkatika is rich in humor and pathos. Sudrak was a renowned poet of this age, and his book Mrichkatika is rich in humor and pathos. Bharavi's Kritarjunia is the story of the conflict between Arjun and Shiv. Dandin was the author of Kavyadarsh and Das Kumar Charit. Another important work of this period was Vasavadatta, written by Subhandhu. तो सुबंधु ने वासव दत्त लिखा है. और जो पंचतंत्र की स्टोरीज थी वो इसी गुप्ता पीरियड में कंपोज की गई थी बाय विष्णु शर्मा. द बुद्धिस्ट ऑथर अमर सिम्हा compiled a lexicon, Amarkosh. Puranas in their present form were composed during this period. तो पुराण का जो प्रेजेंट फॉर्म हमें मिलता है वो गुप्ता पीरियड में लिखा गया था. There are 18 Puranas. The most important among them was भागवत, विष्णु, वायु एंड मत्स्य पुराणास. ठीक है, तो गुप्ता पीरियड के टाइम पर जो कंपोज किए गए वही हमारे पास आज हैं. तो उसमें जो भी मॉडिफिकेशन हुआ होगा वो गुप्ता रूलर्स वगैरह ने किया होगा, वो हम आज पढ़ रहे हैं. तो आप पुरानी बात को इतना कैसे बिलीव कर सकते हो. द महाभारत एंड द रामायण वर गिवन फाइनल टचेस एंड रिटन इन द प्रेजेंट फॉर्म ड्यूरिंग दिस पीरियड. तो महाभारत और रामायण दोनों का जो फाइनल टच है जो आज हमारे पास है वो भी गुप्ता पीरियड का ही है. सभी में गुप्ता पीरियड का ही इन्फ्लुएंस है. अब बात करते हैं साइंस की. द गुप्ता पीरियड विटनेस्ड अ ब्रिलियंट एक्टिविटी इन द स्फीयर ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स, एस्ट्रोनॉमी, एस्ट्रोलॉजी एंड मेडिसिन. आर्यभट्ट वॉज अ ग्रेट मैथमेटिशियन एंड एस्ट्रोनॉमर. ही रोड द बुक आर्यभाटिया in 499 AD. It deals with mathematics and astronomy. It explains scientifically the occurrence of solar and lunar eclipses. Aryabhatta was the first to declare that the earth was spherical in shape and it rotates on its own axis. However, these views were rejected by later astronomers like Varahamihira and Brahmagupta. Varahamihira composed Panch Siddhantika, the 5 astronomical systems. He was also called a great authority on astronomy. His work Brihad Samhita is a great work in Sanskrit literature. Brihad Samhita. तो अब वराहमिहिरा है वो एस्ट्रोनॉमी पर भी लिख रहा है, उसका संस्कृत लिटरेचर भी है. It deals with a variety of subjects like astronomy, astrology, geography, architecture, weather, animals, marriage, and omens. His Jatak, his Brihad Jatak is considered to be a standard work as astrology. In the field of medicine, Vagbhat, Vagbhat lived during this period. He was the last of the great medical trio of ancient time. Other two scholars, Charak और सुश्रुत, lived before the Gupta age. तो चरक और सुश्रुत का हमने पढ़ा ही है और वाघभट का भी हमें याद रखना है. वाघभट was the author of Ashtang Samgrah, summary of the 8 branches of medicine. Art and architecture, the Gupta period occupies an important place. Both the Nagar and Dravidian styles of art evolved during this period, but most of this architecture has been lost due to foreign invasions like that of Huns. Yet the remaining temples, sculptures, and cave paintings provide an idea about the grandeur of the Gupta art. The temple at Diogad near Jhansi and the sculptures in the temple at Karwas near Allahabad remain important specimen of the Gupta art. There was no influence of Gandhar style, but the beautiful statue of standing Buddha at Mathura reveals a little Greek style. The Buddha statue unearthed at Sarnath was unique piece of Gupta art. The Bithari monolithic pillar of Skandagupta is also remarkable. Bithari. Metallurgy had also made a wonderful progress during the Gupta period. The craftsmen were efficient in the art of casting metal statues and pillars. The gigantic copper statue of Buddha, originally found at Sultanganj, now kept at Birmingham Museum, was about 7.5 feet high and nearly a ton weight. The Delhi iron pillar of the Gupta period is still free from rust, though completely exposed to sun and rain for so many centuries. The paintings of the Gupta period are seen at Bagh Caves near Gwalior. The mural paintings of Ajanta mostly illustrate the life of Buddha as depicted in the Jatak stories. The paintings at Sigiriya Sigiriya in Sri Lanka were highly influenced by the Ajanta style. The Gupta coinage was also remarkable. Samudragupta issued eight types of gold coins. The legend on them throw much light on the achievements of that marvelous king. The figure inscribed on them are illustrative of the skill and greatness of Gupta numismatic art. Chandragupta II and his successors had also issued gold, silver, and copper coins of different varieties.